Good morning to all. Dear ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and valued participants, I warmly welcome each one of you for today's webinar. We are delighted to have joined us for this illuminating session on the Attaining Intelligence to Move Towards Artificial Intelligence, the Pharma Perspective. I am Dr. Payal Mittal, co-convener and associate professor at University Institute of Pharma Sciences, Chandigarh University, Mohali, Punjab. We have come together virtually to explore and discuss the webinar entitled as Attaining Intelligence to Move Towards Artificial Intelligence, the Pharma Perspective. This webinar is designed to be an enlightening and interactive experience, providing you with valuable insights, expert perspectives, and actionable takeaways. It's our 30th webinar being hosted by Society of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research SPSR under the mentorship of Dr. Shashi Alok, National President SPSR and Assistant Professor, Institute of Pharmacy, Bundelkhand University, Jhansi, UP, India. Our aim is to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Our objectives include to hold conferences for promoting the causes of profession of pharmacy, to contribute the programs and services that emphasize the health needs of India and the prevention of diseases, to honor eminent pharmacists engaged in the encouragement of pharmacy profession, to promote and facilitate the acquisition, dissemination, and exchange of pharmacy knowledge and information about the practice of pharmacy and pharmaceutical services. Throughout this event, we are honored to have an incredible speaker, Professor Dr. Ashish Baldi, Rashtriya Shikshak Puraskar Awardee, Professor and Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy, Maharaja Ranjit Singh, Punjab Technical University, Bathinda, Punjab, India. We are also joined by our esteemed Mrs. Manika Sabharwal, Convener, National Secretary of the Society of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research, SPSR, and the Managing Editor of International Journal of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research, IJSPR, and IJP. Without taking much time, I request Mrs. Monica Sabharwal ma'am to kindly take the lead to introduce and welcome our guest speaker, Professor Dr. Ashish Baldi sir. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Payal Mittal. A very good morning. Oops. Just very thank you, Dr. Payal Mittal. A very good morning to all the esteemed colleagues and distinguished guests from around the globe. I am truly delighted to welcome you all to the 30th SPSR webinar, a momentous event that brings together expertise from the field of the pharmaceutical sciences to discuss the topic of great significance, attaining intelligence to move towards the artificial intelligence, the pharma's perspective. This webinar, organized by our dedicated team, promises to be an intellectually stimulating and insightful gathering. And we are honored to have us with today the truly distinguished speaker, Professor Dr. Ashish Baldi, Professor and the Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy at the Maharaja Ranjit Singh Punjab Technical University, Punjab, India. Our distinguished speaker, Professor Dr. Ashish Baldi, is a pioneer in the field of pharmacy and is a recipient of the Rashtriya Shikshak Puraskar by the President of India, an accolade that recognizes the outstanding contribution to the education. His wealth of knowledge and expertise is sure to enlighten us as we delve into the nuances of pharmaceutical intelligence and its role in the paving the way of artificial intelligence within the pharmaceutical industry. Before we dive into the fascinating world of the pharmaceutical intelligence and the artificial intelligence, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you who have shown the immense enthusiasm and the support by registering for this event. We are proud to share that we have received more than 3,200 registrations from more than 27 countries. Your overwhelming response reflects the global importance and the interest in the interaction of the pharmaceutical sciences and artificial intelligence. The convergence of these fields hold immense promise and has potential to transform the way we approach towards the drug delivery, healthcare, and the patient's well-being. As we explore this theme today, we are not only promoting the intellectual disclosure, but also the fostering a sense of intellectual collaboration and knowledge sharing. Dr. Singh, who serves as the National President of the SPSR, his commitment to the advancement of the science has nothing been the sort of remarkable. We are truly privileged to have his leadership guiding us in the pursuit of knowledge and innovation. I will also acknowledge to the valuable contributions of the Dr. Payal Mittal and the Dr. Sanjay Nagdev, who has been instrumental in the making in this event a reality. I would also acknowledge the dedicated team behind the scene, whose hard work and dedication have made this webinar possible. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you for your participation. As a convener of this webinar, it is my pleasure to see the global community come together in the pursuit of knowledge and innovation. Our aim is not only to facilitate learning but also to ignite the spirit of unity and inspire the novel approaches in the field of pharmaceutical sciences. Throughout the course of this webinar, we encourage you to engage in the discussions, ask questions, and actively participate in the exchange of ideas. Your active involvement is what will make this event a resounding success. In the closing, I would express my heartfelt gratitude to the Professor Dr. Ashish Baldi, sir, for accepting our invitation to share his expertise. Without further ado, let's embark on this intellectual journey together. As we explore to the path of the attaining intelligence to the move towards the artificial intelligence, the pharma perspective. I wish all of you a stimulating and informative experience. Thank you. Let's begin the 30th SPSR webinar. Over to you, Dr. Payal Mittal.
Thank you, ma'am, to allow me for conduct this webinar. Let's start with a brief introduction of Professor Dr. Ashish Baldi, a proud recipient of nation's highest acclaim to any teacher, Rashtriya Shikshak Puraskar by Honorable President of India. Dr. Ashish Baldi is presently working as Professor and Dean Faculty of Pharmacy at Maharaja Ranjit Singh, Punjab Technical University, Bathinda. With over 20 years of academic experience, he has expertise in innovative pedagogical approaches for the better academic delivery. Some of the best academic practices initiated by him are feedback-based metacognition, real-time problem solving, in-sync theory lab teaching, co-tutoring, role play, flipped classroom, and argumentative discussions in alignment with the outcome attainment practices, Bloom taxonomy based experiential teaching approaches, in simplified way of teaching, complex principles are his strength in academic delivery. Interlinking the theory with the industrial and regulatory practices and realistic lab based learning through the virtual labs and videos for the conceptual and applied development of the students and well devised learner based assignments are inculcated in his unique teaching methodologies. His teaching methodology transcends traditional boundaries, fostering an environment of interactive learning, critical thinking, and holistic development. His ability to adapt teaching techniques to cater the diverse learning styles has resulted in consistently higher levels of student engagement and achievement. Beyond exceptional teaching and his mentorship has instrumental in shaping professional trajectories for the students. His approachability, willingness to listen, and valuable guidance have transformed him from a supervisor to a trusted mentor and a friend. Being chief mentor of IDEA Lab, he has created an ecosystem to nurture innovative thinking and out of box thinking of students, leading to many innovative products. Additionally, he is contributing in overall development of university ecosystem as director, IQAC and Dean Research and Development at MRSPTU presently and lead towards NAC accreditations, ARIIA ranking to the university, and 99 rank in NRF innovation ranking for pharmacy. He is also featuring among the top 2% scientists across the world in the field of pharmacy and pharmacology consecutively for the last 4 years by Stanford University, USA, with 4 patents filed, 4 design patents, 9 other IPRs, and 11 book chapters, 4 special issues, over 140 national and international publications, 30 book chapters, and over 75 invited lectures, and many best paper awards to his credit. He is an active researcher in various facets of pharmacy, sciences, and biotechnology. His research contributions cited more than 2,750 times with H index of 27 and I-10 index of 57. He is supervising and completed 15 research projects granted by winning agencies like Ministry of Ayush, DST, ICSSR, ICMR, FITM, PSCST, AICT, etc., and transferred 2 technologies to leading pharmaceutical industries. Making societal impact through academia and research, especially way to prevent pharma society, control the menace of breast cancer, prevent regulatory considerations for healthcare products, and active mission life activities for environmental protection also make him a stand apart. A perfect blend of student-centric academician, acclaimed researcher, able administrator, and impactful societal contributions make him distinguished teacher in the field of pharmacy. More than 32 registrations so far have been received that are received from India, Sri Lanka, Philippines, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, North Macedonia, Nigeria, Kuwait, Oman, United Arab Emirates, Indonesia, Bhutan, United Kingdom, Ethiopia, Algeria, Iraq, Poland, Australia, Ukraine, Zambia, Nepal, Bangladesh, Albania, Tanzania, and France. So we are overwhelmed to express gratitude for their participation. Thank you all for joining us today. So before I start we will start with the session. I want to share with you the highlights of today's webinar that include the critical progress in the healthcare. The pharmaceutical industry's journey towards artificial intelligence represents a critical step in the advancement of healthcare. Attaining intelligence through AI solutions hold the potential to revolutionize drug discovery, development, and patient care. I encourage all the participants to actively engage in discussions, ask questions, and share your experiences and knowledge. Together, we can foster a collaborative environment and innovative one to explore the full potential of AI to revolutionize the drug discovery, development, and patient care. Once again, I welcome and thank you all for joining us today. Let's make this webinar an insightful and enriching experience for everyone involved. So we have our esteemed guest speaker, Professor Dr. Ashish Baldi sir with us. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So, sir, I kindly request you to share your presentation and the talk.
Is it visible?
yet, sir.
Is it visible now?
Not yet, sir.
Is it visible now, ma'am?
Sir, not visible, sir.
Is my screen visible now?
No, sir.
डॉक्यूमेंट पर एक सेकंड वेट करना
सर आप या तो मेल कर दो, सर कह रहे हैं पीपीटी, या
Just
फिर
a minute.
शेयर स्क्रीन से कर लो सर.
Sir, please click on share screen. There is an option.
I am doing it, but it is not appearing. Just
स्टॉप स्क्रीन पे क्लिक करो स्टार्ट में अलाउ करना अब पावरपॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन अब पूछो
is it visible? Is it visible now?
Sir, not visible.
No, sir, no visible.
I am just mailing you, sir.
ओके वो फिर सही से नहीं आएगा ना। क्या कह रहे हैं? यहाँ आके क्या हो जाए? अब एक
Now is it visible, sir?
No, sir, not visible. You please, I just WhatsApp you mail ID. You can mail to us. I will share it from here.
पूछो।
Is it visible now, sir?
Visible, visible.
Okay, good, sir. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience caused to all participants, and thank you so much, Dr. Shashi Alok, Dr. Monica Sabharwal, and Dr. Payal for giving me this opportunity to interact with all of the learned professionals and my dear most students. It's really a pleasure to come on SPSR platform and to address all of you. And special thanks to Dr. Payal Mittal for this generous and detailed introduction. But rather than this introduction, I would like to introduce myself as a proud teacher in the profession of pharmacy and a forever learner. Because that is what is more important. One cannot be perfect at any point of time. And therefore, rather than being introduced with so many acclaims, rather it's better to introduce ourselves as a teacher. So today we will address the audience and the learners of pharma profession, attaining intelligence to move towards artificial intelligence, the pharma perspective. So before diving into the topic, let me explain you that this particular seminar or this particular webinar will be divided into three parts. Number one will be what is intelligence. Number two, how to attain intelligence. And then we will dwell upon the insights into the artificial intelligence with respect to the pharma perspectives. So, taking you to the journey on behalf of my department, that is Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Technology at Maharaja Ranjit Singh Punjab Technical University, I welcome all of you. So, my dear friends, what is intelligentsia or what is intelligence? This derived from a Latin word intelligentsia, and which is verbatim. It is the meaning of this is to understand. But more importantly, if you go into the detail of this definition of intelligence, it is not only the information, but it is to learn from experience adopt to environment, understand, and then utilizing this whole wisdom in thoughts and reasons. So when we move towards becoming intelligent, I must say that the best basic of learning is to learn, unlearn, and relearn, because your learning can never be complete. So when the learning can never be complete, you have to unlearn the old things and relearn in order to adopt with the ongoing trends in technology. So as far as attaining intelligence is concerned, first one is information, which is can be gettable by books, can be gettable by internet. But when we convert this information into taking decision based on those information, that becomes knowledge. When we consider holistic aspect of knowledge, it becomes wisdom. And when we consider social aspect with wisdom, mix the social or emotional quotient with this, it becomes the practicality. So these, when we achieve this from information to knowledge, knowledge to wisdom, wisdom to practicality, that is the learning curve to be intelligent. So it is always said that life is beyond the books. कहते हैं कि धूप में नहाओ घटाओं में, धूप में निकलो घटाओं में नहाकर देखो, जिंदगी क्या है किताबें हटाकर देखो. So it's not in books, it's not in information, it's beyond that particular aspect of knowledge, it's beyond the particular aspect of the information flooding around us in the day of social media, in the day of WhatsApp universities, in the day of internet. So there are three kinds of intelligence. One is informative intelligence, which is you get the information from books, you get the information from syllabus, you get the information from internet, and you have that information, that is good enough. You mug it up, you express it, and you are through with a degree. But cognitive intelligence is somewhat different. Based on the information available with you, how you are taking decisions in life based on that information, how you are utilizing that information. That is where, if it is coming to decision making part, you are able to express the intelligence information into the decision making. That is cognitive intelligence. But then the third aspect is emotive intelligence. Attaining cognitive intelligence is good, but you are not successful unless and until you are emotively intelligent. What I mean to say is that intelligence itself is not complete. You have to understand what your social surroundings are saying. You have to understand what your colleagues are saying. You have to understand what your family members are saying. You have to understand what your social environment is saying. And you have to understand their emotions. And based on that, you have to judge yourself. You have to take decisions based on the intelligence and the mix of social or emotive nature of the environment. So that is why, like, for example, if I can take one student is very good studies, he gets 99 marks, 99%, but he is not so social. He is not aware with his friend's problem. He is not aware with the teacher's perspective. He is not aware with the family perspective. He might be successful in one day, but the student who is getting 75, 80% marks and being socially more interactive, being socially more intelligent, will be more successful in life. So therefore, if we talk about types of intelligence, the ultimate aim should be attaining the emotive intelligence. So, dear friends, acquiring intelligence is a journey, and today I will take you on that journey. So first part of the presentation will be discover yourself. Then second, how to acquire scientific intelligence. And then the third, the pharma world and artificial intelligence. So this will be the course of the presentation. So taking you into the first part is to identify yourself. I understand that majority of the participants might be either teachers or students involving in pharma as well as the allied health sciences from various countries. So we will understand first ourselves, then we will go to the next level. So my dear friends, education is not preparation for life, education is life itself. And therefore, if we talk about the pillars of intelligence, first one is the education system, second one is the teachers, and third one is the students. So we will talk about all three aspects of the intelligence acquiring system in the country throughout the world. So first, if we talk about phones, this Shashi Alok sir or Monica ma'am can correlate with the phone on the left hand side. We in our childhood had seen this kind of phone, but nowadays phones are smart. So even the phone has become smarter. So this is the need that we also have to become smarter. So this is the evolution of telephones. Secondly, if you see the cars 50 years ago and now the cars, we are talking about the unmanned vehicles. We are talking about the artificial intelligence driven car, driverless cars. So this is the advancement in the automotive industry. But what about the classrooms? This is a picture of classroom 150 years ago, and almost similar kind of classroom is there, is still in the education system. So this is an irony for us. And secondly, our education system is more on examination based. Like for example, you can see this picture. Our examination pattern is like this, that in our class we have a monkey, we have a penguin, we have an elephant, we have a fish, and we have other animals also. But the examination pattern is like this, that you have to climb a tree and you have to judge yourself that, okay, whosoever is climbing the tree in the fastest manner will be the topper of the exam. So in this way, I think the examination pattern is at question. We are not considering the individual's ability, but we are giving a particular type of examination, and we are asking and we are measuring someone's intelligence on basis of this. But my question is, in this exam, might be the monkey will be the winner or monkey will be the topper. But what if I took this examination to South Pole? Then who will be the winner? Penguin will be the winner. What if I took this examination to a river? Then fish will be the winner. What if I took the examination into forest? The elephant might be the winner. So that means the examination pattern should not be unified, but it should more emphasized on the student's ability rather than the individual examination and then judging all those on the basis of single examination. So if in this kind of system which we are following everywhere, we are not nurturing the students, we are not, we are killing our kids in terms of creativity, in terms of innovation, and therefore we need not to have robots as students, or we need not to develop students as robots, but we want creative thinkers, innovative thinkers. So my humble request to all teachers involved in education system, the system might not improve, but you are the human touch of the system, and therefore it's the onus of identifying students' unique ability is on teachers. They are all unique, they are all different, they are all equipped with various abilities, but it is the teacher who should judge what they can do in the better way. And then if you do so, you will instill confidence in the students, you will instill the feeling of righteousness, you will instill the feeling of intelligence in them, and then we can have better results as far as current educational system is concerned. Then how or otherwise we can give them the social knowledge, we can give them to live in harmony, we can give the knowledge to live within the society. So for example, this, if elephant can put the tree down, most of them can be a topper. So this is what is social kind of learning. So either this or individualistic capability based learning will be the future as far as education system is concerned. Then the second part, intelligence. Obviously, intelligence is what? Intelligence, in my words, are seeing things differently. How we can attain that? So if we talk about the education system in a way, do we need degree for all this kind of work? You have a homemaker constructor at your house. Have you asked the degree from him? Or you can see the people around the street, do they have degree? Do they have their own educational background? But they are doing the jobs, they are also making money. So in order to make money, or in order to make contribute something, you need not to have a formal degree. But what do you need? You need a skill. And if the skill is with you, nobody can make you fail. And that is why I emphasize, that's why that approximately 40,000 pharmacy graduates are passing every year from India. And based on those skills, we are third largest pharmaceutical producers in the world. Our annual growth rate as far as pharmacy profession in India is concerned is 17.4%, which is almost 3 times than the country's growth rate. So that means our skill is harnessing and giving us the result. And the basic goes inwards also, that if you have skill, you will be sufficiently accepted by the market. You will be sufficiently accepted in the profession. So degree itself is not enough. Skills are required. Do you know who two are on the screen? One is the great scientist and lovable our ex-president Dr. Abul Kalam Azad, and second one is Sachin Tendulkar. And you will be amazed that they do not have any specific undergraduate degree in their kitty, but their skills made them what they are. So that is why I emphasize that it is your skill, and if you can harness that skill, I think that will be the best part in the life. Now one more example I'm taking to you is Arunima Sinha. How many of you might have known to Arunima Sinha? But let me share her story. That when she was passing by a train journey, she was a national basketball player, and she was passing from Delhi to Haryana somewhere. And in the train, some bad people came and thrown her away from the train. In the whole night, when she was on the track, 28 trains, 28 trains उसके ऊपर से पूरी रात में धड़ धड़ करके निकली, and she got injured approximately 48 places in the whole body. Her limb got cut away, उसका जो पाँव था वो कट गया, and she was like traumatized. She was unconscious, lying down on the track throughout the night. In the morning, some people came, saw her, and took her to the hospital. When after 3-4 days after unconsciousness, she rose in the hospital, and her parents have seen that her limbs are cut down. उसके पैर काट दिए गए, उसके हाथ में भी चोट थी, और सारी जगह उसके वो था, और उसको artificial limb, they have to use prosthetic limb to support her walking. So then the doctor said, Arunima, are you okay? Arunima said, yes, I am okay. And her parents started crying, and they said that now what is more left in the life? So Arunima said that there is a lot more left in the life. And what parents asked that what you will do now, how we will survive. So she said that Arunima, with this cut limbs, with this prosthetic leg, will climb Everest one day. And she was the first handicapped person to climb Mount Everest and got Padma Award in the return of that. But more importantly, why I want to emphasize is that this is the power of belief, that you can do anything if you want. एंड कहते हैं ना कि जब टूटने लगे हौसले तो ये याद रखना कि बिना मेहनत के तक तो ताज नहीं मिलते, ढूंढ ही लेते हैं अंधेरों में मंजिल अपनी, क्योंकि जुगनू कभी रोशनी के मोहताज नहीं होते. सो दैट इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ सेल्फ बिलीफ. विथ सेल्फ बिलीफ you can make everything. You can take all the difficulties, problems in your life, but the most important thing is you have to believe in yourself. And that is why the most important aspect of the education is to believe, to make students believe in their life, themselves, to make students believe in their own ability, and the onus goes to teachers. But dear students, it's not only the teachers. For example, you can see one of the plants is growing out of the mother earth, but if we put a umbrella over the rain, over the heat, it cannot grow. So that means you have to be receptive enough to get knowledge from teachers. अगर आप वो knowledge जो आपको दिया जा रहा है, अगर आप वो लेंगे, अगर आप इस वर्ल्ड के प्रेशर्स को झेलेंगे, तभी आप में से कुछ नया अंकुर हो सकता है, तभी आप में से कुछ नया डेवलप हो सकता है. सो इफ यू आर रिसेप्टिव, then only you can get knowledge. If you are not receptive, anybody cannot give you knowledge. And my dear friends, especially the teachers, I would like to say कि being a teacher, you need to have on a progressive journey. A teacher's journey cannot be complete till his death. Why I am saying that? Because a mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, and the great teacher inspires. So you have to always embark on this journey from telling things to explaining and to inspire. कहते हैं कि एक शिक्षक से गुरु बनना सबसे दुष्कर कार्य होता है. If you have an engineer, if he has a bad education, if he is not having the good education in his degree, he can spoil one bridge or something, and he can take 4 or 5 deaths away. If a doctor, if he is not taught well, he can take lives of 100 people. But if a teacher is not taught well, if a teacher is not good, he can disrupt the transformative change in whole country. And therefore, this is the importance of teachers. Whenever we talk about history, we remember the examples of Dronacharya and Arjun. We remember the examples of Chanakya and Chandragupta. We remember the example of Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans and Vivekanand, and we remember the example of Acharkar and Sachin Tendulkar. But my question is whether it was possible for Arjun to be Arjun without Dronacharya. क्या ऐसा हो सकता था कि चंद्रगुप्त बनता अगर चाणक्य ना होते? Whether it was possible that Sachin Tendulkar will be the great Sachin Tendulkar, greatest of all time, without his guru, without his teacher Ramakant Achrekar. So my dear friends, you don't judge your contribution with the money you are getting, with the salary you are getting. Our teachers always complain that we are not so well supported. We are our jobs are at stake. Our job security is not there. We are getting very less salaries. But you should not weigh yourself by the salaries. आप भविष्य का निर्माण कर रहे हैं. You are making future of the country. You are the foundation stones. आप नींव के पत्थर हैं. You are the makers of futures. You are inculcating the culture in students, and therefore your contribution cannot be set aside. Similarly, you have to contribute your best whenever you go in the class. I am not telling that despite of all differentiations or all secondary treatments, you should not. But whenever you are in class, Shah Rukh Khan in one of the famous movies says that ye 90 minutes aapse koi nahi chhin sakta. So similarly for a teacher, ye 60 minutes, 50 minutes, what you are spending in the class, nobody can take it. You have to go and perform your best. Your level of best can be can differ from one to another. Doesn't worry. You give your 100%, and whenever it comes to your rights, yes, you fight for those, but not in the class. Do not show your inner fight in the class. You go in the class, deliver the best whatsoever you can. And therefore, yes, उसूलों पर आंच आए तो टकराना जरूरी है, जिंदा हैं तो जिंदा नजर आना जरूरी है. So don't leave the fight for you, but you have to understand your importance as a teacher. And it is always said that what does a teacher do? And I always said that yes, टीचर क्या करता है, एक शिक्षक क्या करता है. तो मैं हमेशा कहता हूं कि सुंदर सुर सजाने का साज बनाता है, नौसखिए परिंदे को बाज बनाता है, चुपचाप सुनता है शिकायतें सबकी, तब दुनिया बदलने की आवाज बनाता है. समंदर तो परखता है हौसले कश्तियों के, अरे शिक्षक तो इन कश्तियों को जहाज बनाता है. बनाना चाहे कोई चांद पे बुर्ज खलीफा, अरे शिक्षक तो कच्ची ईंटों से ताज बनाता है. So within your life, nobody will remember that what you have what you are wearing, what kind of vehicle do you have. But if you transform life of one student throughout your teaching journey, I think you will be immortal, and your contributions will be measured in terms of respect. So that is the beauty, and I am blessed that I got the National Teachers Award. I got the opportunity to meet honorable vibrant Prime Minister, and also the honorable President received the award from that. But my humble submission is, if I can achieve this, every one of you can achieve this. And remember, my friends, it's not for the award. If you sincerely contribute every day, that satisfaction which goes in your heart is an award. And therefore, it is our onus that how we can respond as a teacher. But more importantly, I would like to say that in this country where we are living, that the responsibility of education and health lies on government. But during COVID, we have seen that there are so many hiccups in the healthcare system throughout the world. The countries like Finland, the countries like USA, UK, their health system also got tarnished. Their health system also got difficulties through difficult phase. And the countries who are in happiness index 1, 2 or 3, जब वहां पर 100 या 150 deaths हुई, they were like everywhere. They were like collapsing in terms of healthcare. But in country like India, where we had 130 crores, 140 crore population, we held each other's hand. हमने एक दूसरे का साथ दिया, और ये हमारी जो यूनिटी है, या ये जो हमारी एकात्मकता है, I think that made us stand apart from the world. और इसलिए I was in one of the hospital, and there was a shortage of oxygen cylinder, and I saw it literally from my eyes that one of the 80 years old patient denied to take oxygen because he was seeing a 25-year-old dying in the next bed. He said that, okay, I can die, but you save him. He was unknown to him. But that is the beauty of humanity. That is the beauty of our unity, that we can do this. And I congratulate SPSR for this, because this society is doing wonderful job for taking the pharma professionals on one platform and then disseminating all these thought-provoking things to them, instilling the good values, in taking all of them together. And I must congratulate Dr. Shashi Alok, Dr. Monica, and all other associated with SPSR for that particular aspect. So that is why we have to harness our skills. We have to deliver the best. We have to, as a teacher, we have to identify those skills in the students, and then we can take them towards a journey to be an intelligent one. Now, how we will develop the intelligence? That question comes. Whenever there is a researcher, this question comes that how I can, I can develop the aptitude of research. So this is the second part, that how we can take innovation or how we can develop innovative intelligence as far as our career perspective is concerned. So my dear friends, science is nothing but refinement of everyday thinking. Whatsoever you see, there is always a logic. And when there is always a logic, there is science. So science is nothing but it's a refinement of your thinking in everyday life. I will put some example. I will put some example of everyday life and relation of science. This is tea making process. Everybody of us makes tea at home. And conventionally what we do, we put a utensil on the heating source, gas or burner or something. We add water into it, then milk into it, and then other ingredient. It gets boiled. If we put a lid over it, it condenses and it drops back. तो ये चाय बनाने की प्रक्रिया हम सबको पता है. हम गर्म करते हैं, पानी उबलता है, उसके ऊपर अगर लिड ढक्कन रख देंगे तो गिरता है. The same phenomena in science is resembling to water cycle. Water cycle, if you see, pond is a water source, heat is from sun, it evaporates, again condensed by the lid of the clouds and gets back to as rain. So this is what the daily life resembles with the science. Second example, all of us in our childhood has this firki, and we rain and this firki rounds about. So somebody from the scientific perspective took it and developed this Pavan Chaktis. We all have flown these aeroplanes in the paper aeroplanes in the class, but somebody thought otherwise. Wright brothers in nowadays, but in our ancient literature also, there are so many mentions of Vimanas. So somebody have thought scientifically and they have developed aeroplane. Now, the second thing is, we have seen this kind of threads connected with two metal boxes and we used to chat in our childhood, but nowadays wireless phones are there. We have seen the story of Aladdin ka chirag. Aladdin used to rub the lamp and jinn appears and says, "Kya hukm hai mere aaka?" Nowadays robots are like jinn. They do whatsoever you order, and therefore this is why I am saying that out of box thinking, just to think differently, will be the solution to science. This is very favorite gulab jamuns. They are dipped in the sugar syrup, and I will say that the concept of syrup resembles with the syrup of the gulab jamun. This is the shakar paras of everybody's hostel life. Mummy used to give this shakar para, and this might be the origin of sugar coated tablet, or this is resembling the same concept. So when we talk about science, we have to go back to our daily life, and we will definitely find some solutions. This haldi doodh, turmeric milk or golden milk, every one of us almost took it. But this is the perfect example of a suspension. Now fizzy drinks everybody takes, and the fizzy tablets or effervescent tablets are one of the example of those formulations. So whenever you go to your daily life, you will find that there are some scientific logics, there are some scientific principles which are involved with your daily life. And that is where you need to be very observant. You need to think differently. It is always said that millions saw the apple fall, but Newton was the one who asked why. So why, what, where, and how? These are the questions every scientist should ask, and then only he can be a great scientist. The second thing, which is very important, is in Thomas Alva Edison's world, he said that I never did a day's work in my life. It was all fun. यानी कि मैं कभी भी अपने काम को काम नहीं मानता था. I enjoy every day of what I have done. And the beauty that he failed 10,000 times, people laughed at him. His lab got burned. He got everything burned, his lab record and everything. And still he smiled and he said that I have found 10,000 ways how an electric bulb cannot be formed. And now I will form or develop or innovate a bulb. And he innovated. And due to that Thomas Alva Edison's work, we are so fortunate to have lights in this form. So what I mean to say that you need not to feel defeated. Science is a journey. Every day you learn something. Every day do not run away from failures. कहते हैं कि मुश्किलों में भाग जाना आसान होता है, हर पहलू जिंदगी का इम्तिहान होता है, डरने वाले को मिलता नहीं कुछ जिंदगी में, लड़ने वालों के कदमों में जहान होता है. So that is what I think the beauty of science is, that you need not to run away from failure. Failures are always stepping stones in life. So your journey is more important, and your learnings are more important from those failures. So you have to be passionately curious that whatsoever is happening, why it is happening. And therefore I always say, who is the greatest scientist? In my opinion, a child is the greatest scientist, because he never run away from asking questions. He never run away from his target. And therefore, in order to remain a scientist, my message to every one of you is live like an adult and think like a child. And that is what the beauty of being a scientist is, that you have to thought differently. You have to start at your own. You have to compete with yourself. There is no benchmark, your own mark, you make it and run away from that, and you will achieve something other. After that achievement, that will be your starting point. Again, you go to the next and so on. So it's your own journey. It does not depend on anybody. It's not a competition. The inner satisfaction of achieving something is up to you, how you will achieve. So in order to develop intelligence, you have to be passionately curious. You should never afraid of failure. You should never afraid of trying new things and believing in yourself that yes, I can do it. And if you believe in yourself, everything is possible. And that is the message I want to give away in the second part of this presentation. So what is the ABCD? It's not apple, ball, or like that. It's A for aim, B for belief, C for concentration, D for determination, and E for efforts. So that is the new ABCD you should take away, so that you can be intelligent, you can make intelligent students, and we can all together make logically, rationally thinking people with critical thinking and innovative abilities in the system. So now we are coming to the third part of the presentation, which is the technical part. What is artificial intelligence? And more importantly, what can be the exploratory areas in pharmaceutical world as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. So my dear friends, this artificial intelligence, one of the topic or subject or the discipline is obviously the computational sciences or computer science. But the other way around, the second aspect might be the medicine, might be the herbal medicine, might be the patient care, might be the health care. So this is a, artificial intelligence and its application in healthcare are two different disciplines coming at a crossroad for unified benefit of betterment of healthcare facilities. But what is artificial intelligence? Let me take you to a very basic example. When a new child born, after 2, 3, 4 years, he started, identifying objects. Like हम एक छोटे बच्चे को कहते हैं, जब एक कुत्ते का पिल्ला सामने आता है, उसकी मदर used to tell him that, okay, 4 legs, these kind of eye, these kind of facial expression, and he is a dog, right? So whenever next time the dog comes, this child will identify that as a dog. So his mind is trained based on some features. Okay, but what if the cat comes in front of him. अगर कुत्ते के लिए उसके माइंड को हमने ट्रेन किया है और उसके सामने बिल्ली आ जाए तो क्या होगा? Again he will identify cat as a dog. Why? Because his mind is trained for that only. His intelligence is trained for that only. Now we will say that no, the pattern of the ears, the straighted lines and all the features which are different from a dog, then it is a cat. So now his mind is trained for cat and dog separately based on unique features. So whenever he will see the dog, he will identify that as a dog. If he see cat, he will identify as a cat. But what if third time a cub comes to him? अगर कोई टाइगर का बच्चा उसके सामने आ जाए, if a cub comes to him, he will either identify this as a dog or cat. Why? Because again, his mind is not trained for that. Again, the mother will train him that straighted lines, this kind of sharp features, this kind of mouth, it is a tiger's cub. So then our mind gets trained on the basis of unique features of tiger. We will identify it as a tiger. So this is the process of intelligence. And in artificial intelligence, also we train machines based on unique features to take decisions, just like our human intelligence. So that is the, if it is human, it's a human intelligence. If it is trained with the help of computer algorithm, if we try to identify some unique features, for example, all of us has phone. If you go into the photos and go into the albums, you will see that Google itself, segregate features, pictures based on the individuals, or on Facebook or any, any social media platform. If you put a picture, it will immediately suggest, is this you? How it will suggest? It will suggest based on the unique feature of your face. And therefore, the same kind of algorithm or the same kind of training which we give in human intelligence has to be given to computer to identify a person or any particular unique feature in that space. That unique feature, the computer gets trained, and then they can develop that unique feature. They can identify that unique feature, and based on that identification, they can give their own decision, and that decision is artificial intelligence. So for example, this one example is fennel, soft. The other example is jeera. So now visually, we can easily identify both of them because the color, the straighted lines, and the septum which divides the jeera and not present in the fennel. So these are the unique features I am talking about, that if these kind of unique features are there, you can train the computer for those unique features. And in the next time when an unknown sample of fennel or jeera comes to the computer in form of image, it will process it and it will match it with the earlier features on which the computer is trained. And it will give you the decision that, okay, either it is fennel or it is cumin. So that is the intelligent decision based on artificial intelligence. So what is artificial intelligence? It's a use of computer to model intelligent behavior with minimal human intervention. Now in this, we used to train machines and computer programs for problem solving and decision making like a human brain. And therefore the language of this is pattern recognition, visual perception, and decision making. So you have to identify unique features based on your visual perception, based on the patterns that are that can be differentiated, and then you can make decisions on the basis of natural language processing or algorithms. So what is machine learning and deep learning? Machine learning and deep learning is nothing but if you use statistical techniques that enables machines to take any decision, that is machine learning. And if it is based on algorithm, that permits software to make a decisions based on neural networks. It is deep learning. So when we talk about pharma world, in pharma world, all the aspects, artificial intelligence is nowadays a buzzword. And in all aspects of pharma world, artificial intelligence is taking its roots into it. Like in drug discovery, it is related to drug screening, drug design, drug repurposing, polypharmacology. In pharmaceutical product development, in drug delivery, in medical devices, in nanomedicines, we can have product development. In drug synergies, my antagonist prediction without in vitro and in vivo calculations, without in vitro and in vivo experiences, we can have this AI, we can use this AI. In medical diagnosis and clinical diagnosis, this is coming very fast and very aggressively and very accurately. And then drug prescription and precise medications, just to avoid the aspect of over prescribing something or irrational use of antibiotics. AI can be used. Then in clinical applications, in diagnosis, radiology, oncology, cardiology, gastroenterology, and so many other clinical applications, AI are getting used. Pharmaceutical manufacturing, quality control, these are two very interesting aspects where quality monitoring are also done by AI, and suggestive formulation strategies are being suggested by AI nowadays. Then research and development, in order to develop new drugs, in order to develop new lead molecule based on the targets, based on the interaction of proteomics and other omics, genomics, integrating all those for research of a new drug. AI is contributing a lot nowadays within the last 5 years or 10 years in the pharma. So first, AI in drug discovery. So when we talk about computer aided drug design, obviously AI now can be integrated into the computer aided drug design in the 3D structure of target proteins, interacting or predicting the drug protein interaction, and de novo drug design based on the proteomics, understanding of the proteomics, the data available for proteomics, that can be integrated with the 3D computer aided drug design, and that can help us in identifying more better molecules for any pharmaceutical purpose. Then polypharmacology, there are different mechanisms of pathophysiology. There are different mechanisms by which the disease can be generated. So this is polypharmacology. And this in AI, if you want to take multiple medicines for a particular drug, depending on the different mechanism which has been initiated, now you can use AI to predict the precise dose. Then AI in drug repurposing, whenever there is a new, when COVID came, we first use chloroquine, then we use albendazole, then we use some other drugs. So that was repurposed drugs. Like the drug was identified for some other therapeutic effect, but later on it finds that okay, this has some therapeutic effect in other disease also. So you have the known molecules. They are very well clinically established. Their clinical trial have been done. They are approved and they are in market. They are safe. So why not to repurpose those drugs in the new diseases? And where the database of drug molecules can come into the picture, and AI can be used for new targets, new diseases, and therefore AI is very important in drug repurposing. Then in drug screening, software-based or AI-based prediction of physicochemical properties of new molecules, prediction of their behavior crossing the membrane, prediction of their safety and toxicity profiling. These all can be done using AI, and that's why it is very important. Now, one more thing which is coming very surprisingly for AI is that we had a data of genomics, proteomics. We had a data of biology and chemistry. We have data of imaging, clinical data, metadata, and there are so many sources of the data available. But nobody was perfect in that sense, or no computational approaches were available. But now AI can integrate all those, and based on that and neural network, you can find more better diagnostic products, more better therapeutic products, more better prophylactic products in order to increase the health and longevity. And obviously, with the clinical insights we have, biological insights we have, chemical insights we have, and the chemistry approaches, proper understanding and application, integrated application of all those. I think this is the best example of integrating all disciplines of science in order to achieve an objective. And AI can do it, not a human, but AI can do it using the large databases. Then, if we go to doctor and he suggests a CT scan, or he suggests a X-ray, or he suggests something, based on his experience, he used to see and tell us that okay, this might be the medicine, this might be the disease to you. So now there is no need of experience. You can train a computer program based on the observations on CT scan, based on the observation on X-ray. See, your knee is injured, your knee is getting injured, and there are, with age, your knee gets degenerated or your neurons get degenerated. Then you can train computer programs that if the degeneration of this level, the knee degeneration level, knee disease is level 1. If the degeneration is of higher level, it is level 2 disease. If that is more complicated, more progressive, it is level 3, and so on. So you can train a computer program based on that, and then if you upload that ECG, or if you upload that CT scan, or if you upload that X-ray, it will automatically detect what are the pathological condition, what are the level of degeneration, what are the level of infection, and it will suggest you that what kind of disease and what level of disease you are having. So this is the beauty of AI. And Google has already developed diabetic induced retinopathy identification, and you will be amazed to hear that by this particular scanning, your eyes will be scanned by Google camera, and it will predict that if you have diabetes, in how many years your retinopathy can be induced, or in the patient, it can identify the levels of retinopathy for that purpose. So this is the AI is taking in medical images, whether it is MRI, whether it is X-ray, whether it is CT scan, even in ultrasounds, the genital abnormality during the birth of the child, like breast cancer, heart diseases, it can predict with the help of computer program using AI. So AI is not only helping us in early detection, but the other part of AI is precision medicine. We talked a lot about precision medicine in last 10 years, but we are not advancing at a faster rate because we could not integrate all those patient data, their genomics, their genetic history, their previous health histories, disease treatment plans, and so on. So, but now with the record of computers, you have the database of a particular patient, and then computer can integrate it and suggest you what will be the precise medicine dose. So that is the beauty of AI in precision medicine. In remote monitoring, you upload some CT scan, you upload some X-ray onto the web or an app website, and that will give you an idea that okay, this kind of disease and its level is there, as I explained to you earlier. And then the doctors available at remote places, like patient is at very village level, very remote, and the doctor at city or doctor at abroad can suggest you based on those conditions using AI also. So nowadays various apps are there where AI predict disease outcomes. AI based on machine learning and deep learning predict that what kind of disease you are having based on your biochemical data, based on your genetic data, based on your X-ray and imaging data, and then you can have that particular thing, and then you can have that particular prediction with you. So that is where AI is coming very well in predicting the disease, patient monitoring, and even the genetic testing. And one best example of this is in Bangladesh, right, almost last year, some thousands of people got infected by a disease, and nobody could identify what kind of disease it was. But then they have, AI based pattern recognition of last so many years, and they found that it is a new type of cholera which is coming up. And then machine learning found patterns of microbes and identified that it is a mutated version of Vibrio cholera, and this disease is somewhat resembling because of the infection caused by Vibrio cholera. And then they gave the treatment, and there that the people get cured. So this is where the AI can, come into the future. Similarly, when earlier we used to go to some doctor, either he was expert in radiology, he can understand imaging data, someone else can understand genomic and proteomic data, someone else can understand biochemistry profiling, and so many things. But now with the AI, all this can be integrated, and a better decision in healthcare or cancer diagnosis can be taken up with the help of AI. Just like gastric cancer endoscopy, also image-based recognition, then endoscopic resection, and the level of cancer in the endoscopic region can be identified by AI. In brain disease, in neuro disorders, because of the neural damage, Alzheimer's, Huntington, dementia, there are so many other diseases based on the different levels of neurons damaged, degenerative neurons or degeneration in the neuron is concerned. So with the help of imaging, you can identify which area of brain is damaged, how much it is damaged, how it will proceed, and then with the help of AI techniques based on image and precision, image processing and unique feature identification, you can detect all neural disorders with using AI. So then the next part is AI in patient monitoring. AI can help you, as I told you, that you can connect with the internet. Medical devices can be put with the patient that can be connected with the internet, and real-time data monitoring, health data monitoring can be done, and based on the cloud network, we can understand, and then artificial intelligence can suggest and also give you an alarm whenever a health data gets up or down from the normal value. So the mobile health or web health portal can be developed, and this way personal medical or medicine or physician can help us in patient monitoring from remote places. So AI is involving in global data collection, data management, processing, not only a country's data but all over world. Epidemiological, clinical, genetic data can be compiled, and we can get to a better conclusion as far as healthcare services are concerned. So what are the future prospects? Virtual healthcare will be one of the revolutionary way healthcare is approaching. Real-time diagnostics with the help of AI is another area. Gene editing, AI can unlock the potential of gene editing based on the genetic diseases profiling, and in herbal drugs also, like in countries like India, in countries like Indonesia, Africa, where there is a rich natural heritage of drugs, herbal drugs, we are losing that natural heritage because nowadays generations are not even able to identify those herbal drugs. So those herbal drugs are identified based on the unique features, morphological features, but we are not having that knowledge. So if that knowledge can be integrated into the AI, I think that can be helpful in a herbal drug identification and adulteration. The second one is precision farming. Now, precision farming is very well adopted using AI by countries like Israel. But precision farming is nothing but based on sensors, AI involvement. We can predict that what fertilizer is needed, what nutrients are less in the soil, and what nutrients are needed by the plant to grow. We can precisely get that nutrient. What humidity level and other areas of hot or wet, dry areas in the farm is concerned. Heat mapping data can be generated, and AI can suggest in what part or at what frequency you have to give the irrigation. And there are so many other aspects. So in herbal drugs or medicinal farming also, AI is important. In this area, we have done some initial work, which is very first in India and world for on Indian herbal drugs. Here we got two projects sanctioned by DST and Ministry of Ayush. We have successfully completed these projects, and we have developed a mobile application which is known as QCheck. Now, what is the mobile application? We have a data of around 20 herbal drugs right now, and it's 60 adulterants. So when we have a database, the artificial intelligence training was done on the basis of unique features, and now that decision making module based on convolution neural network was developed and connected with a cloud server. Now we have developed a mobile app where you can take a picture of herbal drug, which database is available in our mobile application. You take a picture of that particular herbal drug, upload it. Immediately within second, it will suggest you whether it is pure, whether it is adulterated. If it is adulterated, what is the actual source? If it is a mix, it will predict it's a mix. So purity as well as adulteration identification and identification of herbal drug is possible, and we have done it in our lab. So that is the beauty. This is the QCheck app, which is available. Am I audible?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Audible.
Yes.
So then this is QCheck app we have developed where all stakeholders can create their account. These are some of the herbal drugs. You can take a picture and it will suggest what it is. So again, this was an example of Indianization of artificial intelligence as far as our research is concerned. And we have transferred this mobile application to Government of India for further use. But there are certain challenges also to be faced when we use AI. That one is biasness, because it is based on the trained database. So if that training is wrong, if that training is biased, the result will be biased. So that is one aspect which are very need to pay very much attention. Resistance to change. We are not so by nature we are not so to accept changes. So virtual AI based healthcare and all those, the faith which we have with the human interaction registers to change, and therefore the acceptance of AI is in question. And then lack of data. You do certain things that gets improved when the data is more. So you have to constantly validate your data with more input images or more input data, and therefore lack of data means lack of the precise decision. That is the problem associated with AI. So a question always comes in everybody's mind, and this is a very hot questions around the world, that whether AI can replace humans. And in this time, at this time, I would like to say that no, AI cannot replace humans. AI is originated by human, and AI, for betterment of AI, we need humans. But yes, I will say that if AI is not replaced, the people who do not know AI will be replaced with the people who do know AI. And that will be the major change in 10 years from now, that the people, the teacher, the doctors, the any person who does not know AI will be replaced by the person who is having the knowledge of AI. So in whatsoever discipline you are, start using AI, start getting to know about AI, whether you are an undergrad student, whether you are a postgrad student, whether you are a teacher, you need to know about AI and its application, not only in pharmaceutical world, but in every aspect. But yes, our life revolves around emotive decisions, so we need to take good judgment of the people, and that can be done by human interventions only. And the person involved in the database is also, human, so we cannot replace human as far as this is concerned. So this is what my talk is all about. I dedicated everything whatsoever, although very little I have achieved, to my students, for being listed among top 2% best scientists in the world, getting national awards to teachers and all other things. But my dear friends, at the last, I would like to say कि ताकत पूजनी नहीं होती, प्रभाव पूजनी होता है. How big you are is not measured by your power, it is measured by your impact. If you are successful, you are motivating someone else directly or indirectly to get that success, to approach towards that success. So if you are successful, you will definitely transform others life. So therefore, I would like to say that yes, you have to be at your best, you have to be at your skilled best, but on the same time, you have to be very social. We have to understand the emotions of each other. You have to understand the emotion of humanity. And it's therefore I used to recite this, one of my favorite song of Raj Kapoor and Mukesh Saab at the end, because you can be a better scientist, you can be a best teacher, you can be a best student, yes, but more importantly, you should be a good human being. The intelligence will be completed if your decisions are humanitarian. So whether it is artificial intelligence, whether it is human intelligence, I think emotive intelligence or social intelligence is much more higher than both of them, and we should take care of that. So with these words, कि किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है. Thank you so much. Again, I am ending my talk with this, that acquiring intelligence is a journey. We have to enjoy it, we should enjoy it, and we have to acquire emotive intelligence along with the intelligence, whether it is human intelligence, artificial intelligence, or anything else. Thank you so much. With this 5C, competence, commitment, connection, and consistency, we can conquer everything. And I am very much sure that if we are united, we can be successful. Thank you so much. Back to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. So before I proceed with the question answers, just I want to firstly know, sir, from you, your journey as a teacher to the national awardee by the President of India. Please let us know throw some light on it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Basically, I am, my father used to have pharmacist shop, and that was the inclination towards pharmacy. And when I got that opportunity to get admitted into the pharmacy, I prefer it over medical, although I was state topper, 12, 13 rank at my time in 12. I choose pharmacy by choice. But when I went to that, my teacher was Dr. Shilin Saraf. So in my 4th year, when I was about to leave to home after packing my bags, he said, "No, I have filled your gate form, GPET form, and you have to stay here and you have to give examination." So I told, "No, sir, my bags are packed on the vehicle and I am going back to home." He called my father and he said that for 2 years you leave him with me, and if you have any regret, I will send him back to home. So that was my first intervention by a teacher who knows me more than myself. Then I started a journey towards MPharm. I joined MPharm at Sagar University. In Sagar University, I was with Professor V.K. Dikshit sir. So after M.Pharm, I got a project and I was about to enroll for PhD under him. I used to admire him a lot. I used to, pay respect him a lot. So I never wanted to go away. But in my PhD M.Pharm, one professor from IIT came. So he liked my work. So my guide, Professor V.K. Dikshit sir, has decided that, okay, you go to Delhi and you fill the form of PhD at IIT. So I told, no, sir, I don't want to go. So I refused. But in a closed envelope, sealed envelope, he after 2 months he sent me to Delhi and said that this envelope has to be handed over to some professor. So I went to that sir, Professor V.S. Bisaria, and when he opened that envelope, it was my mark sheets and everything which was required to fill the form of a IIT. So I have to immediately fill the form of IIT, and by that way I got admission in IIT because I was medalist in UG and PG and also scored GATE qualified. So my teachers transformed me from a student from a remote village to this level. So when I completed my PhD, I decided to be in teaching profession, and then every day I contributed, I learned, and this is where I am with you. So that is the journey.
Great, sir. Actually, mentors play a great role in that we have learned.
So that inspiration of teachers can transform somebody's life. So they transform my life, and now my motto is at least I can transform one life. That is what is there.
It's nice, sir. Sir, the second question that the audience has asked, the question is that how AI can help in academics for the teachers as well as the students.
AI for teachers, there are ample information available, and nowadays there are so many tools to compile that information. So you can better yourself by getting those information in a very concrete manner. You can even design your PPTs. You can even design your animations, and then there are so many things. So earlier when we used to have we used to practice very lot of things to get acquired the information. But nowadays the information is available, and now the second part was compiling. So everybody was compiling depending on their own efforts. So now there is no need of compiling even. AI can compile it for you, and AI can give you in the best way. Only thing is to understand and deliver. Now that is the humanitarian aspect of a teacher, to deliver. So in that way it can help you us around. Second thing is, the information is available on internet, the information is available on everything. Now the decision making is where it is important. So it can help you in decision making also through AI, and that's where it can, in every profession it can contribute. So this is in precise way it is where it can contribute to us. But more importantly, right now, just after before 3 days, I saw that Google has Geo is launching a feature where, like, I am giving a lecture in English and it can translate simultaneously in 16 language. So that is the beauty. Now education cannot be, by these kind of features, we can integrate this and we can expand the horizon of education. That is where this is the best. And for the students, you can explore, you can get taught by any teacher in the world. That is the best part as far as these kind of educational improvements are concerned.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is how AI can help in CAD, that is computer-aided drug design.
CAD, see, what is the process of drug discovery? Drug discovery is basically lead identification. Then target identification is the first part. Then we have to identify the lead. So one is drug repurposing. We have a plenty of large molecular databases available where the already approved drugs are in which are in market are available on those database. So everybody of us knows that a drug discovery process ranges from 10 to 20 years. It costs a lot in getting approval and getting it into the market. Again, after post-marketing surveillance, there is a concern of safety and toxicity profiling or pharmacovigilance profiling of those drugs. So one is drug repurposing, where the drug molecules we have already known, we can put to that to target and we can identify what is the best fit as a drug. So drug repurposing based, drug discovery for new diseases, one aspect. Second aspect is right now, if we talk about computer-aided drug design, especially in pharmaceutical sciences, we talk about protein-drug interaction only. We understand how protein drug interaction happens, what might be the log K or log P or Lipinski rule, and what might be the druggability and all other concept as far as our understanding is concerned. But what about the genomic data? What about the proteomic data? What about the biochemical data? We are not integrating it in the existing softwares. So AI can integrate all those with the existing computer-aided drug design, and say if your genetic inheritance, you are more prone to diabetes, so that it can predict that yes, you have a genetic inheritance of diabetes, and now you are in case of genetic inheritance, this kind of protein receptor gets changed, and that's why this is the more better fit of the drug or more precise medicine is there. So this way it is integrating all data available in the world, and that can give you the better result in comparison to the conventional computer aided drug design which we have right now.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So the next question is, how is artificial intelligence currently being utilized in the pharmaceutical industry? And what are the key applications for, or we can say cases where it is being utilized?
We see nowadays it is more importantly utilized in quality assurance and control. For example, in tablets, there are so many defects. Chipping is there, cracking is there, molting is there, and so many other effects. So every tablet has to pass through the, earlier it was visual. Now these are all, unique features. Cracking means there is a crack, mottling, chipping, all have unique featuring characteristic. So you can train the AI, develop an AI based on those unique features. Color, say color distribution is uneven. You train the computer algorithm to decide whether the color is unique or not, evenly distributed or not. And then you place a camera, it can take picture. Immediately it will, connect with the algorithm. Within second, it will give you the decision that whether it is okay or not, and if it is okay, it can go through or it can remove out. So this kind of QA/QC based detection systems, AI based detection system in QA/QC are implemented already. Then secondly, in formulation design, for example, in wet granulation, there are set of standard excipients which we use. So in what kind of drug, BCS class 2, class 3, class 4, class 1, what kind of drug, what kind of excipient and formulation methodologies are being considered. We are also, our lab is also working on that. So now it can suggest that okay, if this is the drug, this is the physicochemical property of drug, this you can go through wet granulation using this ingredient or something like this. Even I know in CU one of the professor is working on artificial intelligence based formulation development at your organization. I evaluated one of the thesis over there. So this is where we are expanding. So that is where I think in every area where we can identify unique feature, we can implement this. For packaging, AI is also integrating. Like in AI, if the box is completely filled, it will give you an image, okay, it is complete. Otherwise, void spaces, it can immediately detect void spaces online, and it can tell you that one bottle is left in that by mistake. So you can also do things like this. So this is where AI is getting involved.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is, what challenges are existing in integrating the artificial intelligence into the pharmaceutical research and development process?
Told that every point of time, when AI is there, data set, then biasness, because pharmaceutical companies are the major players. So they can have the database which can lead to biased decisions. and that can lead us to somewhere else which is not precise. So these kind of manipulations are always a part of pharmaceutical system, so that we need to take care. Otherwise, then there is a second important challenge is the magnitude of the industry. Large scale industries can adopt it, not the small scale industries, and so on. Then there are manipulations in the pharmaceutical industry where whether they want to integrate or not. There are a lot of things which mainly depends on ethical practices. So if ethical practices are involved, whether unethical practices, computer is not a human which can manipulate. So that is the advantage as well as disadvantage for adoption. So that is there.
Thank you, sir. Sir, one more question that is being asked by the audience is how can pharmaceutical companies ensure the security and privacy of sensitive patient data when implementing the AI solutions?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And patient privacy is one of the big aspect as far as healthcare is concerned in a computational mode. But let me take you to the US and UK system. They have their patient data, they have their history of disease, they have their treatment profile all in one ID. Just like the Aadhaar ID which we used to have, they have their own healthcare ID. So whenever you go from from New York to some other place, your patient ID will tell everything about you to the doctor, to the pharmacist. So that kind of data is there. Now, as far as privacy is there, what is the privacy of your email? What is the privacy of the content you store in your laptop? The same privacy features can take you, and the same privacy feature can be breached out. So that is the same as digital security is concerned. How much strong digital security is there, that depends that what will be the breach of the data is concerned. So that depends.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is what regulatory and ethical considerations must be addressed when using AI in pharmaceutical research, clinical trials, and healthcare delivery?
See, right now there is no regulation exist in India, but UK and USA, they are not only concerned with the pharmaceutical uses of AI, they are concerned more about the ethical use of AI. So they have started drafting regulatory guidelines. Even US and UK has already implemented, and now UN and all other global agencies are taking initiatives of ethical use of AI throughout the world. So this is a big concern, and everybody is moving towards that. See, this is ever evolving process. Thalidomide tragedy, every one of us knows. Thalidomide side effects, limbs, and that not get developed. After that, pharmacovigilance comes in 1960. So there is a tragedy, then there is a evolution of some regulatory mechanism. Similarly, with the evolution of artificial intelligence, I am very sure with the advancements AI is taking, similarly parallel regulatory will also come into the picture, and it can control, I am very sure. So it's a time frame limitation. Within next 5 years, I think AI will be much stronger, and similarly the regulatory control of AI will be also that strong.
Okay, thank you, sir. The last question, one more last question is there. How can pharmaceutical companies and researchers can collaborate effectively with the AI developers and data scientists to harness the full potential of artificial intelligence?
See, we cannot work in islets of excellence. That is the beauty of science and research. हम अकेले ही भगवान बनना चाहते तो हम बन नहीं पाएंगे, ये बहुत श्योर है. हमें ये समझना पड़ेगा कि हमें इतना ही आता है, इसके ऊपर नहीं आता तो नहीं आता, कोई बात नहीं. तो हम ये समझते हैं एज ए रिसर्चर कि हम ही को सब कुछ आता है. तो वहीं पे वो रिसर्चर कहते हैं ना कि अगर आपकी लर्निंग की कर्व खत्म हो गई तो यू आर गेटिंग टुवर्ड्स डिग्रेडेशन. So similarly, the beauty of science is in collaboration. See, I am working on 3 AI projects. All of them have some collaborator from CSE. So that's their work. Let them do their work nicely. Why to encroach in their work? So that is where we need to understand our limitation and our expertise. And if you want to do something big, you have to collaborate. That is the beauty. So obviously, industry. Now, if I talk about industry academia interaction, industry academia interaction is only fruitful when you provide solutions to industrial problems. You do some research, you publish it, you forget it. That is of nothing. That is of no use. If you approach industry, get a problem from him or get a problem from them, individual problem, and if you can come back to lab, if you can take that challenge, if you can solve that, I think that will be that will improve the industry academia relationship. Industry is nothing but commercialization. आप उनको कुछ ना कुछ कमा के देने का साधन देते हो तो सिंपल सेंस में आपको कोलैबोरेट करेंगे. अगर आप उनको कोई फैंसी चीजें देते हो वो कोलैबोरेट नहीं करेंगे. एकेडमिक रिसर्च इज मोर फैंसियर देन एनी टाइम एल्स. तो हम पेपर पब्लिश कराइए, है ना, फिर हम फेसबुक पे डालेंगे पेपर पब्लिश करके कि इतना आ गया हमारा इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर, ये हो गया. दिस इज वेयर एकेडमिक वर्ल्ड इज लिविंग. Have you have you ever seen Sipla giving his statistics on Facebook? No, they are doing their own, they are progressing their own way. So good people talk in silence, walk in silence, and work in silence. Let them their work speaks louder than whatsoever it is there. So that is where it is.
Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful and informative session. We learned a lot from this session. So,
thank you so much
that's
for
very
giving me
nice.
this opportunity, and I am very thankful again to Dr. Payal, Dr. Shashi, and and one more thing. In this small world of pharmacy profession, everybody knows everyone. But this virtual meet gives me an opportunity to at least interact with Dr. Monica, Dr. Shashi, and you. So that is more memorable for me. And especially those 2,000-3,000 whatsoever participants. I think one or two or very little things, but it can be takeaway from these lectures and can be a part of your life. That will be my birthday gift. Thank you so much.
So this was just I want to tell to the audience also. So today we have the birthday of Dr. Ashish Baldi sir. So we have wished her, sir, again wishing you a very happy and blessed birthday, sir. Thank you for this beautiful
Thank you, ma'am.
session, sir. So to conclude this webinar, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, participants, and guests for joining us today. Your active engagement and insightful contributions have made this event truly enriching and valuable. So, as we bring our insightful journey through the world of attaining intelligence to move towards artificial intelligence, the pharma perspective, to a close, we find ourselves enriched with a deeper understanding of critical progress in healthcare, interplay of technology and medicine, data driven innovation, as well as enhancing patient well being. The pharmaceutical industry's movement from attaining intelligence to move towards the artificial intelligence is a transformative journey. It emphasizes the critical role of AI in healthcare, driven by data analytics, interdisciplinary collaboration, and a focus on patient well being. The discussions led by our esteemed speaker, Professor Dr. Ashish Baldi sir, has given us both enlightening and thought-provoking. Throughout the discussion, Professor Dr. Ashish Baldi sir has discussed on the various topics like the steps to be intelligent that include information, knowledge, wisdom, and practicality, types of intelligence that is informative, cognitive, and emotive. Sir has discussed very nicely the three pillars of intelligence. Different examples Sir has taken to explain the principles of knowledge. Sir has also explained very well about the concept of AI based on machine learning and deep learning, as well as the applications of AI in the pharmaceutical world. The expertise and the knowledge shared by our distinguished speaker, including Professor Dr. Ashish Baldi, Dr. Shashi Alok, Mrs. Monica Sabharwal, and entire SPSR committee have been instrumental in shedding the light on this cutting-edge approach and making this event successful. We extend our gratitude to each of us for your active participation, engaging questions, and valuable insights shared during this webinar. Your contributions have contributed to the richness of our discussions and the overall success of the event. As we conclude, let us remember that learning does not end here. The insights gained today will serve as guiding lights and we navigate ever evolving AI landscape, leveraging technology responsibly and adhering to the evolving regulatory standards. Thank you for being a part of this engaging and enlightening session. We look forward to your continued engagement in the future events and endeavors. Wishing you all success in your pursuit of excellence in this world. Have a great day. Thank you, sir. Sir, you are muted.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.